Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our pregame show here at Belen. I'm Benjamin Kier here with my partner,
Jose Zaraluki.
And today we're really going to be focusing on the Belen-Columbus game, which is one of our biggest rivalry games, obviously in basketball. It's going to be played here at the Watsco Center. Great environment. So here are the themes. We have two senior section, Columbus being well, he'll tell you more about Columbus, but I'll tell you more about Belen. So Belen is a bunch of Mexicans, and they brought mariachis, and that's kind of their theme. And they were singing some, so they were singing all of that, and so that's really their theme. So we'll get more into the themes later, but right now what we want to focus on is the history.
Okay, so Belen-Columbus, this rivalry has been around for a very long time. I grew up watching it as a kid. My dad went to Belen. He graduated in the class of '91. And he's told me a lot of historic things about it. And they play in all sports such as football, basketball, and baseball. But today we're mostly going to focus on the basketball. So Columbus, their biggest threat is Nigel Brooks, who could play center and power forward. And he is a senior and stands at 6'8". And he's going to be, Belen is going to have to focus mostly on him, because he's such a big threat, and Belen doesn't have as many tall guys to guard him.
That's definitely true. Another guy that I think they're going to have to look after is Dante Pace. He doesn't seem, based on the stats or what we're seeing, he's 6'2", he's a senior, and he's a shooting guard. But he definitely seems like a guy who could be very influential on the court in those different moments. Also another guy like Willie Vento, a shooting guard and a guard, also a senior, standing at 6 feet tall. They've got a lot of 6 feet tall guys, a lot of guys with a lot of height on them, so that's definitely something to look after.
Yeah, and Columbus also has a few seniors, and they're going to play their heart out today. It's their last game in part of this rivalry, so that's going to be a big part of this game.
It sure will. And what is their ranking?
222 in the state of Florida, and nationally it's 6,250th. But overall they're standing at 8 and 9, and in the district they are 2 and 5.
So clearly a lot of variance there. In the district they're not doing too well, but when they do go overall, they've done very well based on what we're seeing.
Yeah, and so Belen is going to really have to focus on Nigel Brooks. As I said, he's such a athletic player.
So now let's get into the Belen Jesuit roster, but before I get into that, I want to mention someone by the name of Vincent Fernandez. Right here I'm wearing a pin, a Belen pin with a black ribbon, and Vincent Fernandez was a man who, it was very unexpected, and sadly after working 18 years at Belen, he had an accidental stroke. Nobody knew how it really occurred, and he lost a lot of blood. He was in a coma for a while, and just as he was about to get transferred to a hospital down here in Miami to be closer with his family who worked at the hospital, he sadly passed away just as they were about to transfer him. And you know, he worked at Belen for 18 years, and he was a coach, and he was such a big part of that team. And it's the first time in 18 years that he won't be on that court with them as they step out to play. But you know what? Father Willie told us something yesterday in a meeting, and he said that the soul of Vincent Fernandez will be more present than ever with our players due to the fact that he is constantly praying for them. He has always really loved the kids. Now, he was a coach and a director for a long time in our athletic department, but then towards the end of his career with Belen, nobody knew it was going to be the end, but it sure was. He decided to become a full-time employee of Belen. And it was very saddening to find out after he passed away. So what he really did is he became a substitute teacher whenever teachers weren't around or they had to take off days. And he taught the kids, and it really made him grow a closer relationship with all the kids overall, not just athletics or the basketball kids. And it's really difficult to think that he's gone. I personally knew him. He was great. He's the one who started letting me do basketball announcing at these games, and it's because of him that I'm wearing this headset. So he probably won't be able to hear me, but I would like to thank Vincent Fernandez for all that he's done for Belen. But on a lighter note, let's get into the rosters. So someone that was going to be a really intricate part of the offense and probably defense is Alec Rodriguez, number 10. And all he is a point guard. He's a junior, standing at 5'10". And those numbers may not seem very impressive, but he is a very impressive man. He is such a clutch player. If I had to compare it to someone in the NBA, it would probably be like a clutch, beyond the arc kind of player, such as Stephen Curry or Kyrie Irving. And he's just such an incredible player from beyond the arc, can make those clutch shots, and has come in as a savior really at the end of most games. And he's just an incredible player overall. And a couple other players to look over are number 21, Daniel Cantens, and Daniel Suero, shooting forward, power forward, and a shooting guard. Standing at 6'2", he's one of the taller guys on Belen's roster. He's definitely going to be a very important of their offense and defense, and so are all of these tall guys, because they really need to step it up tonight versus this honestly huge Columbus roster, because they are super tall. They got a lot of tall guys on there, so that's something to definitely look after. All right, so we're going to be wrapping it up. Thank you very much for joining us. Once again, I'm Benjamin Kier.
And I'm Jose Zeraluki.
And thank you for joining us.
Last year for this game, both communities were suffering the loss of a brother, Sebastian Ortiz. This year, we gathered once more, and the Belen Columbus community suffers the loss of another brother, Vincent Fernandez. These moments that seem to cloud these very beautiful opportunities that we have to come together as a community are also moments where we gather, where there is no opposition, no rivalry, because we are brothers in faith. Vince Fernandez was a man who was a mentor, coach, a friend, and he will be missed by both Belen and Columbus. And I assure you that this evening, the best seats in the house belong to Vincent and Sebastian as they look down upon all of us and enjoy this gift from heaven. And so we pray. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Heavenly Father, you are the source of all joy, consolation, and hope. And while there is sadness in our hearts, as we think of these two brothers of ours this evening, we are overcome also by the joy of knowing that they have risen as your Son rose. We pray for these two Christian communities, Columbus and Belen. We pray especially tonight for the players that will take the court, the coaches, the referees, and all of us who are here present. Help us, Lord, to continuously do everything for your greater glory, and that the joy of the resurrection of your Son, Jesus Christ, may continuously fill our hearts with hope. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Thank you, Father Willie. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention.
All right, guys, so that was Father Willie. As you heard, we have had some losses this year that have been detrimental to both sides. And not only this year, but 2 years ago, especially with the loss of Sebastian from Columbus. All right, so now we're going to get into the game and let the game begin. So in case you didn't know, I'm Benjamin Kier here with my partner,
Jose Zeraluki.
and we're going to be doing your play-by-play in color for today. And here's our tribute to Vince Fernandez.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain standing as tonight we welcome Belen Jesuit senior Ricky Espina, who will now play the national anthem.
once again, that was our national anthem on behalf of one of Belen's students.
Game between the Explorers of Columbus and the Wolverines of Belen Jesuit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, and it's game time. Now, when it starts, it'll never end until the final buzzer, until the final second, as we very well saw in last year's game and in just this past game, the junior varsity game. So right now, we're just going to start off with the sponsors right off the bat. We have AA Uniforms, Baptist Health South Florida, MBAF, J. Milton Associates, A. Falero Trucking, Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables, Ibella Bank, Northern Trust, Dr. Ernesto Perez, TD Bank, Leon's Consgrove, Law Offices of Alexis Gonzalez, PA, and JM Shuttles. Once again, we would like to thank all of our sponsors on behalf of them and all those who, behind the scenes, really support Belen and all that we do. Thank you very much to them.
Well, Ben, this is going to be a good one.
It sure is. So according to the rankings, and when it comes to the states, Belen and Columbus aren't too far off. Columbus definitely does have a better overall record than us. Not necessarily district, though. They are 2-5. Belen's record here, I'll pull it up for you right now. It's 5-9 overall, and district 3-4. So those are just to give you some numbers right off the bat.
Yeah, well, records when it comes to this rivalry and these games that mean so much to these players don't really come into handy, aren't really that important.
Sure is. All right, so now, just to let you know, the quarters are going to be 8 minutes in this game, and both teams will start off with 5 timeouts each and 0 fouls on the board. And in case this location may look familiar to some of you Floridians, yes, we are playing at UM's the Watsco Center, where they usually play their basketball games. And right now we're just introducing the roster, so I know it might be hard to hear over the speakers, but just bear with us, because once the game starts, what's going to happen is you'll be able to hear us perfectly fine, so just stay tuned if you can still hear us. You know, I want to talk about this because we usually don't. One of our behind-the-scenes men, Tommy Duque, an 8th grader, class of 2022, is operating the camera. So yeah, one of those people that really doesn't get to announce their name over the broadcast or really talk about himself too much is Tommy Duque, and he's going to be operating the camera today and one of the unsung heroes of this broadcast. So he'll be capturing all the live action and really clutch plays for you, especially there at the end.
Yeah, and both of these student sections are going to play a big role for both of these teams with the noise and etc.
Exactly, and you know, let me tell you something, Zark. These teams are going to bring so much energy today, and their fans, the 2 senior sections, are going to be so important, whether it's Star Wars or Mexico. They are really going to play a huge part, and there's the tip-off. Number 13 gets it right off the bat. 13 back to 20. 20. Signaling his players to step back. Ooh, wow, he tried. One of our Belen players right away tried to get the steal, number 2, when he wasn't looking. 22 is going to drive, shoot, 20 is going to miss it, and number 1 is going to get the rebound.
Yeah, number 20 is Alejandro Perez, their sophomore point guard.
All right, number 10 now has the ball. Let's see what he can do. Trying to dribble it up slowly. Going to drive, pass it out. And number 30 shoots and scores. 2 points right away for Belen Jesuit as they take the early lead with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock.
Marcos Daher with a nice pull-up shot.
That was great. That really was great. And it had great form to it, too. So now they're dribbling it up. It's a pass to number 23. Number 23 trying to take it in. 23 to the outside. 20. 23. Back to 13. All the way on the corner there. Back to number 13. 13 seems to be the point guard, seems to be doing a lot of passing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Back to number 13, 13 to 23. Getting a lot of ball movement in there, just trying to disorientate the defense, but they're doing a good job of sticking to their man.
Yeah, that was Dante Pace who was controlling the ball there, trying to work it in the paint.
Oh, and he's going to miss it. There's a shot, misses it again, and number 10 is going to get the rebound. He's going to bring it up. Number 10 going in, shoots for 3. And he's going to airball that one.
And that was Alec Rodriguez, who we were talking about in our pregame show, who is one of Belen's biggest, like one of their bigger threats.
Yeah, I remember him from last year. He was really young at the time, but he was really good. He was really good, always training hard, doing the therapy, whatever he needed to. Number 20 takes it in. Going to pass it to number 22 to get the early tie at 2-2.
And that was Nigel Brooks, who was going to be who we knew was pretty much going to be a big threat in this game.
There's a shot in the corner, doesn't go. Number 30 was the one with that shot.
Yeah, and if Belen wants to have a better game and contest with and keep up with Columbus, they're going to have to take high percentage shots.
Number 10, up, and it's an easy layup to make it 4-2 in this ball game.
And Alec Rodriguez getting the layup, and
great job on his part. I mean, he just read it so well, was able to get the ball drive down, and was able to make the shot, because sometimes it can get nerve-wracking, especially for a high schooler.
Yeah.
Out to number 23, 23 for 3, misses it. 21 gets the rebound. Number 10, Alec, to number 1. Number 1 tried to take it in, instead going to pass it out to 30, back to 2, up, and doesn't get it in. Number 22 is going to get the rebound, but guess what? Number 1's going to get it back. And there seemed to be a foul on that play. We'll tell you right now exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was just great defense and a great play on both sides, but Columbus couldn't really, didn't know like really what to do with the ball.
Exactly. 1 to 2 to 10, 10 back to 30, 30, back to 10. Just gonna wait it out on this one, trying to see if he gets a good opening on a player, or if he can simply just score himself. Looks like he was gonna drive down, passes it. Number 2, looked like he was gonna take it. Number 10, number 10. Oh, and it went in and out for that 3-point. That would have been a great clutch shot for number 10.
As I said from the beginning, Belen's going to have to take high percentage shots. They can't rush their shots, which seems like what they're doing now, except for the shots that they actually made were very high percentage shots.
Sure were. That's a 3 attempt. It's not going to go in. Number 22 got the tip on it from Columbus, but number 10 is going to get the rebound. He's going to drive it down. Looked like he was going to go for a 3. Oh, a little bit of a shake and bake. Doesn't get it in. It goes in and out. And that's another missed shot for number 10. And Belen seems to call a timeout.
As you can notice from Belen's defense so far, they've been very aggressive. They've been playing the press defense. And it has worked. It's only allowed 2 points in 4 minutes. So if they keep up what they're doing, this first quarter is going to look good for them, and maybe the rest of the game.
So we haven't heard a lot from Zark, or Zaraluki, as most of you know him. So what do you think they really need to do each side to perform at their peak, whether offensively or defensively?
Well, Belen obviously is going to have to take high percentage shots, and they can't overcommit to the ball. They can't be extremely aggressive, which if that happens, Columbus may
they'll try to draw a foul.
Yeah, they could draw a foul, or they could score because of the overcommitting and etc.
Exactly.
And Columbus is going to have to do the same thing also. They have Nigel Brooks, a big threat. He can drive in because he has height on Belen's defense.
Sure does. As we stare at him over here, it doesn't look like it, but if you're on the court, he towers over these players. Oh, wow, he's going to pass it to Nigel Brooks, tried to double team him. Nigel Brooks back. Number 13 fires, and it's going to be a missed 3. Number 21 with the rebound to number 10. 10 is going to drive it forward, pass it into number 1. Number 1 went for the pump fake pass, drives in, couldn't get the shot. Number 21 hits it back out, and number 2 hits it. 13's going to drive it all the way, and he's going to get the easy layup to make it 4-4. And this game really is neck and neck at 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first.
Yeah, and both teams are looking pretty good right now. They're doing what they have to do.
Yeah, they sure are. The defense seems to be doing very well right now. Or just simply the fact that they're not following through on their shots. I mean, both have really been a big factor on both offenses. Number 10, Alec Rod's back out number 2. 2-1, 1. Looked like he was going to shoot it. Decided not to. Back to number 30. 30 sidestep 3. And he's going to miss it as it bounces down from the rim.
Yeah, that was a very tough shot for him. He saw the shot clock winding down, so he got kind of in a little panic there, and so he takes a tough shot.
He sure did. He did that sidestep, seeing if he could get some open space. It wasn't enough, though, and I think he got pretty. That was definitely a big part. Number 13, just trying to get around, see if he can get an open pass or something. And you can hear the chants overrated coming from Belen's section. Nigel Brooks, he was trying to look for Nigel Brooks, see if he could just throw it in the paint. He wasn't able to. Number 23 has the ball now. By the way, there is no shot clock in high school, in case you're wondering. Why are these plays or drives taking so long? Here's a 3, and he's going to drain it. Number 20 gets the 3 to make it 7-4, and that's going to be the biggest lead of the game so far.
And that was Alejandro Perez, their point guard sophomore. He stands at 5'9", and it's crazy to think that he stands at 5'9", not a very tall figure, but still could cause so much damage to defense.
All right, number 10 gets the open shot. Wasn't able to make it, just went a little bit too far on that one. And the ball's gonna get rebounded by number 3. Number 3 is gonna take it up. 3 back to 13. 13 just gonna dribble it up slowly as possible.
What a game it's been so far. Very excited. The crowd looks like both of these like fan bases look like they are enjoying what they are seeing.
Sure is, and I was honestly hoping before the game for a close game, and boy, are we getting one, but this is severe.
Yeah, that looked like about almost an NBA range three-pointer.
That was great. It was almost from the white line of the U on the green part. That was great. That was a great shot. If we had an instant replay, we would definitely show it to you again. But for those of you who didn't get to see it, it was just a clutch 3 to make that tie, to make it 7-7 as Belen was down. And, you know, that's a very dangerous 3, especially early in the game when they can get a nice lead on them and start just racking up the points and get a nice lead to eventually lead to win. So they were able to take care of that. Number 3 is going to drain another 3, and that's going to make it 10-7 as Belen is now losing by 3. Columbus also up by 3.
And that's Gilly Vento, who we've mentioned his name, who I said was a senior who's going to be playing with a lot of heart today.
Number 11 has it, drives it up, and he's going to pass it out, overthrown way above number 1's head. Number 1 wasn't even expecting it, so talk about unpredictable, but it didn't end up working in the end. Hopefully Belen can get something started. By the way, I'm going to give you your 1-minute warning now with 48 seconds now left on the clock.
Yeah, it seemed that he was trying to be fancy on that pass, but it didn't work.
Sure didn't. Number 13 passes it to number 3. Number 3 just made that clutch 3-pointer that was going to give him the lead. Going to pass it back to Nigel Brooks. Nigel Brooks takes the shot, and he's going to get it. And that's going to be a 3-pointer, giving them a 6-point lead. And I told you earlier, those 3-pointers can get dangerous as they start getting that lead up and on.
Yeah, Nigel Brooks, it seems as if he can do everything. Anything he wants to do, he gets it done. Exactly.
Number 21 for 3 again. He's going to miss that one. It was just as far this time. Oh, number 23. Oh, and he's going to get that one blocked, and that's going to be a foul, it looks like.
And the student section for Belen looked very hype until they realized that it was out on Belen.
Yeah. Substitution for Columbus. 23 is going out, number 5 is in. So that's your substitution, the first one of the game.
And that was Sebastian Vidal Casanova, the guard, the junior, the 6'1" figure.
6 seconds left, 5 seconds left. 20 for 3. 20 gets the 3 right there at the end.
Wow, what a game we've had so far. 16-7 at the end of the first quarter.
9-point lead. All right, guys, so as we watch this game, we noticed that over the course of this, it was really good defensively until it was 4-4, then 7-7. They did a really good job, but then they got out of hand with Columbus getting those 2 threes, then making it 3 threes right there at the end of the first quarter, and they were able to drop a 9-point lead that ended up doing great.
Yeah, and Columbus and Belen both taking very good shots, and they're taking advantage with the defenses. They both have very great defenses, and it's showing up today.
It sure is. The defenses have done a great job until it slipped up there a bit at the end, at least on Belen's part. So we're going to wait to see what happens in the second quarter, but for now, that's been a great offensive quarter. Now we're going to take a look at our sponsors really quickly during this break. Some of our sponsors are AA Uniform, Baptist Health, South Florida, MBAF, J. Milton Associates, A. Falero Trucking, Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables, Ibera Bank, Northern Trust, Dr. Ernesto Perez, TD Bank, Leon Cosgrove, Law Offices of Alexis Gonzalez, PA, and JM Shuttles.
If you want anything, please let me know, okay?
Columbus foul, the number 20, Alex Perez, his first team foul against the Explorers.
10's dribbling it through. 10's gonna drive through, fires a nice shot, tries to get it off the backboard, couldn't. Almost got stolen there, however, it's gonna end up drawing a foul, and that one's gonna give Columbus a nice shot.
And you see, that's the scrappy defense I was talking about from Belen. I mean, it's good at the beginning when fouls aren't as big as a threat. You just can't do that too much throughout the game, because then you'll get into foul trouble, and that will cause a lot of problems for Belen. And Columbus would probably end up being able to take advantage of that.
Exactly, and right now Columbus only has 1 foul against their team and 2 against Belen. So not too much of a difference there, but it definitely will rack up as the game goes on. Number 13 up to Nigel Brooks. Nigel Brooks, 22, is going to drive through. No foul drawn. Number 22 is going to try to put it up and in, goes out. That rebound is going to go to number 11. Number 21 to number 24. 24 across to number 1. Number 1 gets the, oh, he looked like he was going to get a reverse layup there. Couldn't get it in, and Nigel Brooks will get the rebound.
You see Nigel Brooks taking advantage of his size.
There's a steal by number 10. Alec Rodds, the clutch player, drives it up and in. Couldn't get the shot. Got double teamed at the end. Nigel Brooks got the rebound again. This time they're definitely going to be more careful.
As Nigel Brooks continues to be a threat for Belen.
Sure does. There's 3. Has going to dribble it through. 3 steps back, shoots, misses. Nigel Brooks almost got the rebound there. Then so did number 3. It's just going to end up going out, and that's going to be Belen ball.
As that was Guy Evento with the shot that was missed. As before, he's nailed a few threes already today. He's been a great player.
Sure has. 6 minutes and 25 seconds left in the second quarter, in case you are wondering. Timeouts left for Belen are 5. Timeouts left for Columbus are 4. So a one timeout difference there. Number 10's gonna dribble it through. And 10 definitely does have some skill, just as getting double teamed a lot, and they're really shutting him down, but he usually does great. Right there is gonna go up and out. Number 24 tried to get the steal. Oh, by the way, number 23 is back in for Columbus.
And that's Gary Cooper, who can play forward and guard.
You know, hasn't scored or anything from what I've seen, but definitely being a really influential player defensively and offensively, setting up the picks and everything like that. So, oh. Okay, number 23, and he draws the foul. Speaking of not getting any shots, yeah, he just gets 2 right there, and he will draw the foul to give Columbus. Oh, and it's going to be no shot. He has to get a
Dropped the free throw.
so he did get the points for it, and it's 18 to 6 left. Belen senior section definitely trying to make an impact here. 23 is going to miss it. And it's going to go out on Belen. Oh, never mind. Number 13 gets it back. Number 23 again.
And a great way to recover from a play that didn't work out for Columbus.
Number 3 to number 5. Number 5 is going to drive through, gets the layup, and oh no, it's going to be a foul. So we'll see if that shot did count or didn't.
And it seems as if it was a charging foul, and a great play from Belen. Great alertness.
Sure was, and they were able to draw the foul, and he did not get the point. It's going to go to number 30. 30 was an influential player last year, and I'll tell you the name when I can get at it. But, you know, he was a great player last year from 3. And, you know, I got to talk to him a lot last year. Just a great guy. There's a 3. Looked like it was going to go in for Alec, but he just couldn't get it in there at the end. And he's really struggling from beyond the arc. Is 0 for 3, or 0 for 4 now. And, you know, just nothing's going for him, really, when it comes to shooting. 5, back to number 13 on Columbus' side.
Yeah, in this second quarter, nothing has gone in yet for Belen. It's been 4 minutes, and Columbus has just kept their threats locked down.
23 is going to get the shot in. Number 23, just as I said he wasn't making shots and being the silent hero, he decides to step up and start making those shots. So he already has 4 points, and, you know, he's doing great. 24, out to number 30. 30, 24 sets up the pick. Alec, ooh, looked like it was going to be a great 3. Wasn't able to get it there at the end, but he did a great job trying to set up a pick, trying to get any offensive pressure they could get going, and, you know, it just didn't work out in the end.
Yeah, he's got to take higher percentage shots. You're down by 13, you got to either drive in or try to get an open look. And that was an open look, but he was too far away from the hoop.
Yeah, he needs to step up there in my opinion, but he wasn't able to. Right now the point is 20-7, and Columbus leads by 13 from beyond the arc. That one's going to go in and out. Alec Ross gets the rebound, going to drive forward, going to try to get an open layup. Passes it out to 24. That was unexpected on my part at least. Looked like he was going to go for the three, goes inside instead. Passes it out to number 30, comes up short with the three-pointer, and that got some great ball movement, just couldn't get it there at the end. Oh, wow, number 5 really getting double-teamed, but was able to get out of it. Number 5 drives, couldn't get anything out of it.
Great defense there from Belen.
10, going to try to bring it up, goes for the layup, up and out. Wasn't able to get it in. I was about to say up and in, but, you know, it didn't go in. Number 13, out to number 3, gets the three-pointer.
Wow. And Columbus extending their lead 23-7.
What an incredible lead they have right now. And this game was tight for a while. And then Columbus, who did not win any of their last 2 games last year when it came to versus Belen, is now suddenly showing up and ready to fight this year.
Yeah, and revenge. I mean, we yet to know the final score, but right now Columbus is thinking revenge is sweet.
They sure are. And right now, once again, there's 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Fouls on Belen are 3, fouls on Columbus are 2. Timeouts left for Belen are 4, while for Columbus there's 4 timeouts left. So both even with 4 and timeouts left, just a little bit off in fouls.
And if you notice with the Belen student section, you could see a little band that they brought in.
They brought a mariachi band, and that is funded by Belen. And that's actually pretty funny. Right now they're trying to get the energy up. Let's see if any of that senior energy from the senior sections really translates into anything. Number 10, trying to fool number 4. 10, gonna bring it up. And in. Great shot by number 10.
And that was Alec Rodriguez, one of the better players for the Wolverines. As we were talking about him earlier, and he hasn't really done much until now. He's getting a very nice play there. And that'll be a turnover for Columbus, as Belen will look to gain some momentum and maybe some energy from the crowd.
30, back out to 10. You know, one of the things I love about basketball, and especially when it's fast-paced like this, even if there's a big lead, is just how fast it goes. And it keeps the energy going, and it never breaks momentum. And I just love that about basketball. Number 30, something happened there. The play is going to get stopped. It seems to be a foul.
It seems to be a reach-in foul.
And, you know, Belen came in here with the mentality that they had to win. And, you know, it seems that some of that is slipping. Hopefully they can get something started before the half ends. And if not, I mean, what they can do is they can really just try to whip themselves up into shape during the halftime and see if they can get anything going. Alec's going to go up in it. You know, Alec is taking those shots, and, you know, he hasn't made any, but he's really doing something important for the team. I'm going to tell you what that is. When you look at just numbers, it's very hard to tell if a player is good or not, and you might just say right away if he's 0 for something, oh, he did horrible. He wasn't able to get that in. Number 23 is going to get that shot, by the way. But, you know, you need to understand that that player is a huge player. He's trying to take the shots. He's trying to get the team back up on the board, trying to score whatever points he can. However, that's very difficult, especially when Columbus knows that he's such a power weapon after last year when he did incredible in this game. And they know that they need to contain him, and they've done a great job with that. Number 4 for 3, gonna miss it.
Yeah, nothing seems to be going yet for the Belen Wolverines.
It's like right now we're looking at like a bad news bears whenever it comes to shots. Well, I can't say we're doing good in defense, seeing as it is a huge lead right now for Columbus, but any of that could change, and they really need to get some momentum. 2-minute warning, 1 minute and 57 left on the clock as we speak. 20 has it. 4 trying to come up on him to get the steal. 20 just kind of keeping the ball. He's trying to get something set up, you can tell.
Yeah.
20, back to 13, 13 back to 20. 20.
And it looks like Alejandro Perez is controlling the offense right now.
Sure is. 20. Gets an open move, and it's going to be stolen. They're going to drive. Number 5 looked like he was going to take it in. Realized he couldn't. Rods, and that pass is just going to be a little bit too much to the right for number 32 on Belen to even get a hand on it.
Yes, Belen, they're playing good defense, but they can't finish on the other side of the court.
They sure are, and that's a great, well-spoken way to say it. And yeah, that's actually a summary of how this game is going so far for Belen, especially in the second quarter.
Did you see the press coverage from Belen?
5-23, 23 tried to take it up, got it stolen from him. 5 gets it back.
That was great defense there from Belen, and also great offense of recovering from the press coverage. It seemed as if Belen was going to sort of steal the ball.
Sure did. They looked like they were trying to get something there. The only thing they did was draw a foul. So right now Belen has 4 fouls and 4 timeouts left, while Columbus has 3 fouls and 4 timeouts left. That's just a little bit of team stats there for you. And the score is 25-9 with 1:07 left to go. Number 3 is going to get his free throw. Let's see if the Belen seniors, nope, Belen senior section is not going to influence his first shot at least. He's going to get that one in to make it 26-9.
Belen is hoping for a miss here, as they really need a miss. With 1 minute left in the first half, and they're down 26-9, 17 points.
3, and he puts that last one up and in to make it 27-9.
So far, it's not looking good for Belen, but for Columbus, the crowd is hyped, especially the student section.
He has it. Just gonna dribble it up court now.
Yeah, and these Columbus kids, if they win this game, dude, what a weekend it's gonna be for them.
Sure will.
As they will come back after a long weekend, they'll be the big man on campus.
Yeah, that's definitely true. 23 is gonna take it to 20, and they've got some great ball movement going. And I think that's the number one thing offensively that's really disorienting the defense to get them that open shot. Oh, and 23 tried to dunk it. He couldn't get it, and whoa, he almost got crossed up there by number 4. Back out to 30, 30 through the legs, passes it. 5 to 4, 4 like he was gonna take a shot. Oh, he gets around Nigel Brooks. Number 1 puts it up and in.
Great ball movement there from the Wolverines, and it works.
And Belen breaks the 10 points barrier, now having 11 points. They're gonna drain the clock now. 9 seconds left. Look like they want to make a play right before the half. Oh,
he might be able to do so. Oh! What a play!
What an alley-oop that is!
Wow! What a way to end the half, Nigel Brooks. Wow! Oh.
All right, guys, so just as the quarter ended, we saw an incredible play by Nigel Brooks, an alley-oop that got the crowd on their feet. And wow, what a knife, like a dagger to the back for Belen, as they were trying to right there to remind them, we still have a great offensive quarter and defensive for Columbus.
Yeah, as now Columbus will come into the second half with a lot of momentum on their side. Belen will look to have to break that.
They sure will. That was definitely a difficult quarter for Belen, but they've done a great job so far of trying to get some ball movement. They've done it. It's just too many turnovers on their part. They got to get something going that doesn't include turnovers or fouls, and they need to get the shots in. They're taking the shots. They're just not getting it in, and they really need to do a better job of that. But Nigel Brooks, we guessed that he was going to be an incredible and a very influential player in this game, and for the past 2 quarters, he's demonstrated nothing but that, doing an incredible job. Just got that alley-oop there at the end, and that's incredible for a high school player. You don't usually see a dunk, or especially not an alley-oop, especially of that type at the end of a quarter, and it was just so incredible to watch. And what an athletic marvel that last move was, and what an athletic marvel Nigel Brooks is. He's definitely a great player and somebody to watch out for and really prepare for in the second half.
Yeah, now the college recruits are going to be flying down to Miami.
Definitely, definitely. All right, guys, so as the second quarter is about to start, we will hit you up with the sponsors once again really quickly. AA Uniform, Baptist Health South Florida, MBAF, J. Milton Associates, A. Falero Trucking, Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables, Ibera Bank, Northern Trust, Dr. Ernesto Perez, TD Bank, Leon Cosgrove, law offices of Alexis Gonzalez, PA, and JM Shuttles. Once again, thank you very much to these sponsors and those who just support Belen in general, not necessarily monetarily through their sponsors. A big thanks to them. that was the Belen Jesuit drumline who just performed. So we're here with Danny Brown, an alumnus, who's coming back to this game after 1 year. So Danny, how does it feel to be back?
It feels great to be back, you know, seeing all these familiar faces here at the Watsco Center. You know, I called a couple games here, called actually 3 of them. So it's good to pass it on to the young kids and get you guys in some games.
So after being back, what do you think has changed with both teams?
Well, last year, Belen came out strong. They won the game, actually, and it was usually the seniors that were performing. And now, obviously, none of the seniors from last year are here. So now Alex Rodriguez has to step it up, and in this game, he hasn't. He's 0-4. He has 0 points tonight, and, you know, I think they need to pass the ball out to Danny Suedo a little more.
I sure do as well. What do you think Belen and really Columbus need to do both, whether offensively or defensively, to keep either their lead going or to make a comeback?
Well, I think it really is important to stop Nigel. We've seen him all game. Number 22 for Columbus, the big guy, and he's just so much bigger than anyone else on the team. So it's hard to block him. You have to put a body on him. You don't put a body on him, he's going to do what he did on that last play of the game right there, of the half, I should say.
In case you didn't see that last play, it was a massive, really momentum killer for Belen right there at the end of the quarter. It was an alley-oop, and he really slammed it in over 3 players, and it was a great play. Now, when it comes to Nigel Brooks, was he as good as he was a year ago or 2?
Well, like we said, last year Belen won the game. A big reason they stopped Nigel Brooks. They had the taller guys. J.C. Carrillo really manned him. I mean, we saw J.C. Carrillo last year put up points on him, and Nigel, I think, had maybe 4 or 6 points last year. This year, he already has that first half. You need to stop the big guy if you want to win the game.
To be exact, he is at least 8 inches taller than every single player, at most a foot and like 3 inches. So
yeah,
there's a huge height differentiation there.
For
and
sure.
It's going to be a really big advantage for Columbus.
Yep.
Any final words?
Hey, what is it? What's the score here?
Like,
I don't know. It's a big deficit.
It is.
But I think Belen, you know, second half team, usually we saw them last year, won all their games in the second half, even trailing down in the first half. They have a chance, but they need to make all their shots, and they need to stop the big guy in the paint.
Once again, that's Danny Brown. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Ben.
All right, guys, so the quarter has just started. 23 has the ball. Columbus has the ball. Back to Nigel Brooks, who made an incredible play at the end of the last quarter. To 20, to 10, or 13, pardon. 13's going to take it out. Trying to do a shake and bake there. Gets a 3.
Oh my gosh.
And that is 32 to 11. What an incredible play there. Didn't really disorientate the defense at all. Was just able to make a play and knew what he wanted to do.
Yeah, it seems as Columbus defense knows what it's doing. They already know what's coming from the Belen's defense. And they're taking advantage of that. They're making every shot, pretty much every shot that they take.
Sure are. And as you can see, a foul was drawn there. Belen did make the shot, but it's not going to count because it was way after the buzzer. It's going to go up and out, and it's intercepted by number 3. 3 puts it up and not in. Oh, Nigel Brooks with the rebound. Out to number 3. Number 3 gets the 3, and that's 35 to 11.
Wow, and Columbus extending their lead to 24 points as Belen's chances are getting smaller and smaller.
once again, we have number 10, Alex Rodriguez, who has not made a single point since trying to get something going. He just hasn't been able to. 20. Oh, and the pass is going to be intercepted. I feel like I'm doing football, and he's going to get the layup up and in to make it 13-35 and make the lead just a little bit smaller.
His Belen seems as if they're trying to become the Patriots just in high school basketball.
I know. All right, it looks like there's going to be a substitution coming in soon. But for now, number 13 on Columbus has the ball. Fires a 3. Misses, comes up short. Somehow they're going to get the ball back for number 23.
Gary Cooper. A nice play there. Drawing the foul.
One thing that Columbus has been very effective with, and correct me if I'm wrong or tell me if you agree, is drawing that foul on those key moments when they need to make the shot, or they make the shot and they get it, or even if they miss, they'll still get those shots. And they've done a great job of getting that, and it's almost like a second and third and fourth chance for them, especially on possessions where they get the ball twice or even 3 times because of Nigel Brooks and still can't get it in. So that's very effective for them. They are drawing the fouls, they're doing a great job.
And we're not really mentioning their names, but Columbus has like with the 5 players on the court, about 3 of them, we've mentioned their names a lot, but those other 2 that we haven't really mentioned their names, they're a part of this because they've been setting the screens, getting like Nigel Brooks open, and playing great defense.
They sure have. All right, number 4 has the ball. No, number 24. Number 24, like I was going to go for the 3. Doesn't, passes it. And number 1's going to get the ball taken away from him. Number 4 tried to get it there, wasn't able to.
That was Gary Cooper with great alertness.
13 going to dribble it up to number 20. 20.
Oh. And it seems as one of the Wolverines' guards got their ankle broken as they fell for the fake pass. And the student section for Columbus really liked that.
Yeah, they were screaming, "Expose him!" the entire time. So yeah, they're having a lot of fun with this game, both sides. I can't say the same for Belen on the court, but there's definitely a great environment, no matter what team you're on, because at the end of the day, it is a rivalry, but it's also a brotherhood because we have managed to unite in some of the darkest moments for both sides of each school. All right, there, it's a missed shot. Number 23 is going to put it up and in, and they're going to make it 38-13 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
And again, like you said earlier, they're getting the offensive boards, taking Columbus is really, this game, why they have this big lead is they're taking advantage of their height and their size, pretty much.
They definitely are, and that's very true. And usually in NBA games, in college games, high school games, even middle school games, height doesn't make a difference. But when it's such a huge height differentiation, it can really be the difference between a win and a loss and being dominant or not being dominant. And it's proven to be a very significant part of the success of this Columbus team so far. 30's going to dribble it up for Belen.
As you can kind of notice, the student sections, their vibe is sort of different. As you can see, Columbus is very hyped and Belen is kind of feeling down.
That shot that number 1 knocked in there at the end is not going to count because the whistle had already been blown for a foul, so it's not going to count 4 or against them in any way, shape, or form. They're just going to get a foul there and no points. 5 minutes and 19 seconds left. Free throw is missed.
Yeah, as you see the score and the stats, Columbus, obviously, looking a lot like if they're playing a better game. But both of these teams are playing equally with the amount of heart, which is the insane amount of heart they play with.
You know, at the end here, you're going to see us get more passionate whenever we're talking. And that's because, you know, they tell you not to get him. Whoa, okay. WWE Super Slam there. Not sure what happened. I didn't know if it was a flop or if he actually drew a foul. We're not quite sure what happened. Number 23 is going to get the ball. But in any case, so one of the things that you're going to notice is they tell you not to get emotionally involved as a broadcaster, but when these games start getting really towards the end and when it's just coming down to the last quarter, the last minutes, the last few seconds, it definitely gets really stressful. And if if tension was something that you could actually see, it would cover this entire room. We would be blinded because the tension, the stress, and the suspense is just so much and so overwhelming here at the end. Oh, wow, number 13 makes a saving play there on a play like it was going to go out, and that one's going to go out. And number 23, if he would have been a foot taller, he would have gotten that, but he's not a foot taller, so he's not going to be able to get that one. Ball going to number 30 on Belen.
And it kind of seems like a football game for Columbus. I've seen a lot of passes that are like more down court from about Belen's free throw line to Columbus's free throw line. The long distance passes, which will eventually cause a lot of turnovers. And maybe Belen could start bringing out sort of momentum on their side. It seems as if they're not getting any of the momentum.
That's right. Number 20 is going to drive, passes it out. Oh! Number 3. Up. Gets the layup, and he's going to draw. No, he's not going to draw a foul. Just got the shot.
It's a 26-point game with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Belen trying to get something going.
And you know, one of the things that I think, honestly, behind the lines has been impactful is last year the fans were screaming, "Let's play football" on Columbus' side to Belen because they were losing. But okay, that's going to be a layup right there. And you know, that apparently, I found that from a couple players, that was very upsetting for them because they didn't want another sport to be the one that's dominant. They wanted to be able to come out here and say, "Let's play basketball." So, yeah, right now it does look like a game of football, seeing as there's been a bunch of intercepted passes, a bunch of blocked passes, lots of turnovers. And it's been like the Cleveland Browns versus the Jets. I mean, just passing it back and forth and really just getting plays here and there. Three to number 22, 13. Number 22 wasn't able to get it. Nigel Brooks. All right, whoa, okay. Tried to punch it out of his hands there. Wasn't able to. We Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables, Ibera Bank, Northern Trust, Dr. Ernesto Perez, TD Bank, Leon's Cosgrove, Law Office of Alexis Gonzalez, PA, and JM Shuttles. Now, as we get back into the game right before, I would like to thank all of our sponsors and those who just support Belen, not just monetarily, but with their support and ever-ending support of the teams, really, and academics. 30 goes for a 3. Oh. Finally gets a 3. 20, nice pass to 22, back out. They're gonna drive it through 20.
And good defense there from Belen, causing the turnover. And they're gonna go down court.
20, that's 10. He got blocked.
Pretty sure that was Nigel Brooks, and he could just do everything.
He sure can. He's just dominant in so many different ways, especially when there's a height difference like this one. It's just one of the most dominant things that you can see out there. And you know, Columbus does have a nice lead, but you know, even if Belen loses at the end of the day, and it's too quickly to say that, especially as a broadcaster, but even if they lose at the end of the day, they need to step up their game defensively. They need to make shots, and even if they lose by 10 points, and even if they win per se, if they're able to make that comeback, they need to be able to get the shots going. They need to be able to get something going. That way, they can at least not lose with such a huge point differentiation, where fans see it as there's no hope.
Yeah, they need to take high percentage shots. I know they're losing by 23 points, but again, you can't be shooting threes because the chance of that going in, it hasn't really gotten in this whole game. So you don't want to keep on shooting. They want to drive in, cut to the hoop, and that gives you more of a chance of scoring. Maybe you don't win, but it's closer, and the bragging rights are different.
That's actually very true. And as we go back into the game, everything he said that was very true. And yeah, so as we get back into the game, all of that was a very fair point. Number 10 is going to bring it in, looking for everyone to get in the center to be able to pass it. Number 10, Alec Rodriguez, passes it to number 30. 30 trying to pull up. 30 passes it back to number 10. Number 10, Alec Rodriguez.
He hasn't done much today, looking to get something going.
24. doesn't get the three, and that's one of the things that my partner Zaraluki just mentioned. Go for threes if you're for sure you're gonna make it.
Yeah, and that number 24 is actually a freshman. He's a ninth grader. He stands at 5'8". His name is David Fernandez.
You know, one of the things I noticed is they're just trying to wear out Belen's offense and defense at this point. 23 had a wide open shot, and he didn't take it. He just kept on passing it. He draws the foul out at the end. He's not going to get the shot. But that's one of the things they're trying to do. Drain the clock, draw the foul, and just win the game at the end and just get momentum going, especially when you have those power players like Brooks and just really everyone else. I mean, you just need to drain the clock out, especially in games where at the end, you know, you never want to choke or you never want to let them get the lead back on you, because that can become dangerous, especially at the end. I'm about to give you your 2-minute warning. There's 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third quarter, just letting you know. For those of you who have been with our broadcast the entire night, thank you very much. Hope you're enjoying the game no matter what side you're on. Hope you've been able to relax, take your mind off of work, school, or whatever your daily grind is. And I hope you're having a nice time just watching this game, because no matter what side you're cheering from, and personally I'm cheering for Belen, I mean, it's just a great game so far.
Yeah. As Belen's defense did kind of a good job there making him earn his points.
There's the shot. Speaking of earning points, he just missed that one. Wasn't able to get it in. Number 11 tries to take it all the way up. Might have gotten fouled at the end, not too sure.
A good job there of drawing a foul. That was, I mean, if there was no foul, it wouldn't really have been a high percentage shot. But everybody there kind of sensed the foul coming, so he drove in and did a good job of drawing the foul.
He sure did.
However, there will be no free throws.
One.
Not sure if the foul was on the floor.
30. Oh! Gets the three and draws the foul. Good job by number 30.
A chance for a 4-point play now for Belen. Maybe they can gain some momentum, even though they're trailing by 22.
And you know, it's just little shots like that, but 30 was able, he was such an influential player last year. Great guy, super influential. Really was that Stephen Curry kind of guy that would go from beyond the three. They haven't given him the ball too much tonight, but as you can see, when he is given the ball, he will make that shot, and that's a 4-point play for Belen.
Substitution for the Explorers. Gilly Vento is back in the game.
And it seems as if there's a very loyal crowd for Belen, as there's still a lot of Belen fans here.
Yeah, definitely a supportive group. Another foul there. Oh wow, and this is not someone you want to foul. Nigel Brooks, who you're almost 99% sure is, if he doesn't get the shot, he'll probably somehow find a way to get a rebound or a steal, and then he'll go for three and he'll make it. He's just that kind of star player that gives you the expected yet unexpected plays. Misses it, doesn't get the rebound, surprisingly. Number 10, Alec Rodriguez driving in, 30. That's another three. And so what did I tell you? If you give the ball to number 30, he is going to perform, and that is evident in what I just said. Thank you for proving my point right, number 30. Thank you very much.
And Belen gaining some sort of momentum now, only trailing by 17.
Third quarter, 2-minute warning. And he's going to miss the layup.
Oh, and a charging foul. Wow. What a great player by the defense. Great alertness, setting his feet, preparing his body. And now the student section is hyped up now, jumping around.
They sure are. You know, and this is what I want to see. I want to see the ball given to the player who can really perform. Okay, 30 missed ones. That's not that bad. Oh, ooh, wow, he
that is
there.
not good for Belen.
Face plant, not good.
As they got the offensive rebound. Oh, and another player falls, now leaving a man open. And a great shot there for Columbus. It's just players for Belen were just falling all over the court.
I know, every time they get some momentum going, it's like, nope. They get the three, they get the two, they get the alley-oop.
Oh! Another three! Again! Wow! And something is coming up for Belen as they're only in the third quarter with a minute left. And they have some sort of hope.
Okay, as we get back into this game slowly but surely, I do definitely want to see some more ball movement and some more shot making and really passing it to those players who haven't been able to do a lot so far. Nigel Brooks doesn't get the shot, deflected by Columbus, and that ball is going to go right back with 51.8 seconds to Belen.
And a great job of recovering there for Columbus, as that would have been an easy layup. Well, we don't know, as we've seen them miss layups before today, but that might have been an easy layup there for Belen. It would have been a 44 to 29 game. In this game, I mean, it seems like it's not close, but deep down in your heart, it is actually very close. You see Belen just nailing shot after shot.
Well, not nailing it on that one, but that's okay. We've seen them do some great things so far. Columbus is definitely going to probably try to drain down the clock on this one. Okay, ball, and that's out of bounds.
Press coverage is going to work again.
And that's going to be out of bounds.
As this crowd for Belen needs to get more into it. They need to get more loud, get some defensive chance.
I know. Well, now there's 25 seconds left in this quarter, and we definitely do want to see something coming from this team. Really both teams, but we want to see Belen perform and, you know, make it at least an honorable loss or get the win. I mean, you never know. 10 to 30, 30 through the legs. Gets the shot out, number one.
Oh.
That's the end of the third quarter of play.
All right, so the thing that's going on right now is really we haven't seen too many huge plays, but Belen right there at the end did seem like they had a little gleam of hope. They started getting their three-pointers in. They gave the ball to 30, who I said they hadn't really given him too many opportunities, but he was doing great whenever he did. He got those 2 3-pointers, super influential, was able to start getting some momentum going. Alec Rodriguez got his first shot in. It was a 3-pointer. Did a great job.
Yeah, as number 30, he actually also got a 4-point play, which was huge and kind of set this momentum for the Wolverines. And maybe now they have more hope in having a chance of making a comeback. And they are making a comeback.
Fun fact, with the JV game, when it came to the JV game, Belen was up by 30 to 20 with a 10-point lead. And they were, well, Columbus ended up making the comeback. I hope that it's the other way around this time and that Belen can make the comeback. All right, so the game is back underway. 10, Alec Rodriguez, who made his first point last quarter, a 3-pointer actually, just passed it. 11, throws it up, wasn't able to get it, and it's gonna end up being out of bounds on Columbus, and Belen will get a do-over on that one. Once again, behind the scenes, I mentioned this at the beginning of the game, Tommy Duque, our cameraman, is the one manning the camera, and he's the one who really... That's
Again! A 4-point play! Oh my! It is only a 14-point game now. And a 4-point play should, a free throw right now would make it a 13-point game. And this game is yet to be over.
Let's see if he can make this a 4 or even 5-point play. And he's gonna make it a 4-point play, and that is great. And the lead is down to 14. 13 now.
And the student section is hyped for the Wolverines, and now the vibe has completely changed. Now Columbus seems unsatisfied, and Belen is now jumping around. a foul on Belen, a reach-in foul. As you see, the head coach for the Wolverines very furious about that defensive choice.
He goes.
And that looks like a three-point play. Well, a chance for a three-point play.
Lead is brought back up to 14. 15.
As Columbus, if you're a Columbus fan, you're hoping that he makes this free throw, because then Belen will have another chance to score. And so far, it's been all threes, which they were struggling with in the first half.
That's going to make it a 16-point lead. Belen is going to get the ball on that one. Alec Rodriguez dribbles it up. Alec Rodriguez.
Oh, Nigel Brooks again. Wow, he could do anything he wants to.
He sure can. I mean, he's just being so dominant against these players. Whenever Alec seems to go up to the rim, Brooks always seems to be the one that's shutting him down.
Yeah, that was probably their game plan. Alec Rodriguez, Belen's one of their best players. Columbus's defense probably this whole week for the past few weeks has probably been training to defend Alec Rodriguez with their superstar Nigel Brooks, and it has worked so far.
All right, guys, for the last 6 minutes and 53 seconds, I will be doing a live stream also in case you want to get some in-depth when it comes to the plays and stuff like that. Number 10 is dribbling it up now.
It's Alec Rodriguez, who's been getting shut down this whole game with a nice pass.
21, number 11, travel.
And that is not what Belen wants right now. They had momentum, and now it seems as if it's just going away and transferring right back to Columbus. As Columbus right now, you just need to drain the clock. A nice defense from Belen, as that's going to be a turnover on Columbus.
Alec Rodriguez to number 30, 30 into number 11, 11 back out to number 30, 30 sidestep, 3.
No
good. Looked like they were going to get it back. Was that a foul? I wonder.
There might have been an over-the-back foul on Columbus. Or, never mind. The Wolverines hoping to get momentum back and make a comeback again. They have 6 minutes. That's enough time when you have timeouts. And for Belen, you got to make these free throws. If not, this will cause problems.
Number 5, out to number 23, 23, hooks it to number 13. Oh, that would have been another tragic alley-oop. That would have really hurt Belen, especially at a moment like this. Now, Columbus is a 15-point lead. Let's not undermine that, but there are 6 minutes and 17 seconds left, and if Belen somehow manages to get something going here defensively and offensively and really play a clutch 6 minutes, they can win this game. And you know, I'm going to say 6 minutes and 17 seconds, because in those last 17 seconds,
something big can
gold can happen. I mean, some of the biggest plays have happened with less than a second left on the clock in any game. And I'm not talking basketball, I'm not just talking high school, I'm not just talking NBA. I am not just talking football, I am talking every single sport.
as Nigel Brooks misses that free throw.
Nigel Brooks
And he makes that one.
barely goes in there. Number 10, Alec Rodriguez dribbles it up, trying to see if he can drive in. 10,
Kicks
back
it out for 3.
2, 3!
It's a 12-point game. Anything can happen now in 6 minutes.
All right, so that's going to be a great play.
Oh, my bad. I said it was a 12-point game. It is actually a 13-point game. But still, anything can happen. As Belen's three-pointers now are going in, as they were being missed. They couldn't make any three-pointers in that first half.
You know, one thing we've really noticed is just how much of a big part these players have been, especially with their height difference. What can you tell me needs to happen, some key things that need to happen for Belen to be able to make a comeback right now?
Continue what they're doing, press defense, making their high percentage shots, doing everything they've been doing in this second half, pretty much.
I agree with that. Now back to the game, seeing as the buzzer has just rung for the end of the timeout. But one of the things I want to mention is anything can happen. I'm going to repeat that over and over again. We have witnessed it countless times, whether in the NBA, in the finals, in a Game 7, or even like our past Super Bowl. All it took them was 18 minutes to be able to make a comeback in that one. But my point is that anything can happen, and in any amount of time, a game can be turned around. So never let your guard down, and it's a 13-point lead that Columbus has. Now, I wouldn't take that with a grain of salt, but definitely don't let it weigh you down when you're trying to make those shots. I think these players really need to feel free and just let go when they make those shots, and that's going to be an extra point, making it 50-36 in this game, making it a 14-point lead. I'm going to go for another one there. But you can't let little shots, and such as that one right there, make it such a... You can't let it undermine your playing style, and you can't let it weigh you down, because at the end, it can really get into your head, and even in the beginning, but especially this late in the game. Number 21, 3.
No good. That wasn't a bad shot. It just seems as if he hesitated before he shot it.
It did. I think he saw somebody out of the corner of his eye, not sure who. A foul is going to be drawn, and it's going to be a free throw attempt for somebody on Columbus. I'll tell you who it is right when we see it. And it's going to seem to be one of their players is stepping up to the line. Shot is in for number 13. 5 minutes and 42 seconds left. The score is 36-52.
53-36 now with 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. As Belen still has a few timeouts left. A step back 3. And that was Alec Rodriguez looking to get
20's gonna get it. Passes it back out. Alec's gonna get it.
What a save.
30, trying to get something going, and he's gonna get fouled on that one, and he's gonna get at least one or two free throws.
A big free throw there for the Wolverines, making it 53-37.
There's the shot, it's up and in, and that's gonna give Belen another extra point, making it 38-53. They're really trying to close the gap any way they can with this lead, whether defensively or offensively.
A 15-point game isn't that much. Well, it could be a lot if you don't get anything going, but it isn't that much with 5 minutes left and 3 timeouts.
Ball's gonna go right back to number 5. 5 to 20, 20 back to 5. 5 gonna dribble it up.
And it seems as if they're just trying to waste time. He had a man open down court and he didn't pass it to him.
20 to 13. 13 puts it up and in. 20.
The
The
3.
2.
No good.
Comes up short. Oh, wow. Not Alec Rodriguez, number 11. He's going to fight for that one.
Oh, what
the
a
3.
shot. And the timeout is called by the Wolverines, and it is a 14-point game. And Belen is yet out of competition yet.
They sure are. All right, guys, so I'm going to list our sponsors really quickly while we wait because I haven't done it in a while. Our sponsors are AA Uniform Baptist Health South Florida, MBAF, J. Milton and Associates, A. Falero Trucking, Mercedes-Benz of Coral Gables, Ilebra Bank, Northern Trust, Dr. Ernesto Perez, TD Bank, Leos Cosgrove, Law Offices of Alexis Gonzalez, PA and JM Shuttles. Once again, those are your sponsors for today's games. Don't necessarily monetarily advertise with us or sponsor with us, but for those who just show their moral support by coming to these games, such as our seniors section there. You know, great turnout. I'm going to focus on that for a little bit. Been a great game so far. And, you know, I really can't. I'm always sad when these games end because there's so much energy and it's such a high intensity kind of game, and really pressure is on the entire week on these players, especially through the hallways, because they know that they have an upcoming game on Friday that really is a huge rivalry game for them. 5 passes it in to number 13, trying to draw a man. 5 to 20 to number 23, up and out. To number 30. 30's going to take it up. Passes out to number 2. Oh, not a 3.
That would have been a clutch 3 there. That would have made it an 11-point game. Belen doesn't really have to panic now shooting a bunch of 3s, as that seems what they have been doing lately. But they have gone in, but still keep on taking high percentage shots. Nice defense there.
One thing I want to mention, and you know, I don't mind, especially when we're losing by 14 points, because I want to have enough time. But why do the minutes and seconds feel like they're taking so long to pass? Now, I don't mind, because I want us to be able to make a comeback and have plenty of time. But it just feels that way, especially up in the booth, especially for us working here. Up. Gonna get blocked. 23 is gonna get it back
Belen.
to 20. 5. Gonna keep on driving it. Passes it. There's a 3.
Oh, that is a clutch 3 there with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Probably one of the biggest shots there for Columbus on the day.
Alec Rodriguez.
A nice
There's a
spin
spin
move.
move.
He just spun into
That's blocked.
a double team. As both of these student sections haven't really been that loud in these past few minutes, as it seems as this everything is just back and forth pretty much.
It sure is. 11 gets the shot, making it 42 to 58. Waiting for that scoreboard to change. There we go. So it's a 16-point lead.
Oh, and he needed to make that. That was a free throw that needed to go in for the Wolverines.
Number 5, back out. 16 to 3.
And an 8-second backcourt violation. And that's great press coverage there from the Wolverines and great coaching.
Good thing is that the Belen Wolverines were able to distract them enough to the point where they didn't even realize that they were doing a backcourt violation until the whistle was blown. 10 to 21. Thought he got an open look. Number 4, gonna drive through, step back. Doesn't even get the point.
It just seemed as if there was an offensive foul, a push-off by number 4. As Belen is gonna have to play some press man-to-man coverage right now.
Sure are. Three to
Good
5.
defense there. As Columbus needs to get another side of the
20 to
half
23
court
to
line.
3. 5 to 20, 20 back to 5, just trying to drain the clock and see if they can get a shot.
They've had a few nice looks. It just seems as if they're draining the clock. With 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, yeah, you just need to drain the clock. You have a 16-point lead. You don't need to shoot bad shots. You just have to prevent Belen from scoring and getting other chances.
Alec to 30, 30, loses the ball, 30.
Good defense from Columbus. And it seems as if there's a reach-in foul.
And you know, the crowd for Belen kind of becoming silent as this game progresses. Now almost a 20-point lead.
And yeah, that is not good for Belen as he misses a free throw.
17-point lead. Number 3 for Columbus. 13.
Columbus is looking for the dagger shot here.
5. Gonna drive it up, and it's gonna bounce off of number 11's leg.
There's good defense there from the Wolverines, as Columbus did have a man open in the corner, as that was where the pass was intended. Defensive knocking it out.
It's really out of hope for Belen to be able to win, as you can see. However, they can still do a lot in 2 minutes and 9 seconds. They've done a lot in that period of time. They've done a lot in 17 seconds. We've seen them we saw them in 90 seconds get 3 3-pointers, so they do have the capacity to be able to make these shots. That's another 2-pointer right there. They just need to be able to summon that inner energy to make those shots, make the plays. And one of the things that they haven't been doing is you need to follow through. And I'm not talking about a shot anymore. I'm talking about defensively. Because after you make a big shot, you can't seem to play good enough defense to be able to block an upcoming play that could be really influential and really be a dagger. And sometimes if you score 2, Columbus will score 3, and really that's not the way you want to play the game. It's very hard to play a game like that. Number 5 is going to get another layup, see? And then when they don't make the shot, they're letting Columbus get a larger and larger lead on them.
As you can see, some of the fans are leaving already, as Columbus, it seems as if Columbus will win this game, because it's tough to make a 21-point comeback with a minute and 20 seconds left.
It sure is. Yeah, we do see a lot of fans slowly leaving and working their way out. One of the things that's really upsetting for players and for fans is when they've already given up and they're just like, we're not going to win, so we're just going to go. And that's going to be another, at least hopefully they can finish with less than a 20-point lead. That's the goal right now. And then less than a 10-point lead. And you know what? If you can somehow pull off what the greatest comeback I've ever seen, then yeah, you'll do great. I mean,
and that would be crazy. If Belen could somehow come back and win this, which could happen, but the chances are very slim.
Yeah, this is something you don't want to see happen, as they get more aggressive and aggressive as they go to finish up.
Yeah, that's probably Columbus players and Belen players just talking smack to each other and getting frustrated with each other.
Yeah, it sure is. So as we watch this progress, we realize just how valuable this game is in the rivalry game. It can be super influential, and 64 to 44, and you know, it's just very difficult.
1 minute remains in the game.
Up and in, 55 seconds left.
And that seems as if that is the dagger, as that should do it. And that will be Belen ball.
It sure will. 66-44 with a 22-point lead. 22, by the way, fun fact, in case you didn't know, the number of the most influential player or MVP tonight would probably be Brooks. He has done just an incredible job.
As you hear the Columbus student section chanting, "Hey, goodbye."
And that's super difficult to hear as the other team, but we did the same thing to them last year, so I mean, it's a great game. It's always 50-50 in basketball, and that's what I love about it. There's no guarantee that either team's gonna win until the game starts to get well underway, actually. Oh, he's gonna go back out, back in, passes it out to 13, and 13 just gonna throw that one out. Three. So number 13.
And that should do it. As
10.
Columbus seems as if they will win.
It sure does. All right, so that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen, with a 12-point lead.
And another historic win in the books for this historic rivalry.
Wow, what an incredible game. So I think one of the most influential parts of this game so far has really been the fact that both teams were able to follow through a lot up until the very end there, when it came down to the fact that, so what was going on was the fact that in the first quarter it was very, 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 very tight. And the fact that Columbus was able to make those threes and make those shots, knowing that they needed to make it, that way they could have that doubleheader win this today. And you know, it's been super difficult for both teams, but Columbus in the end was able to prevail and able to very early on get the lead, then make the lead even larger, and to the point where it was a 30-point lead, and now we ended with a 20-something point lead. The point is, they were able to keep the momentum going the entire game, and they did a very good job of that.
Yeah, and the story of this game for Columbus was Nigel Brooks, who had the alley-oop at the end of the half that pretty much gained all of the momentum for Columbus. And he continued throughout the game as he nailed a few three-pointers, and he could just do anything. He's shooting, and he's 6'8". He could drive in, he could dunk, he could block. He could play both defense and offense, as I said.
He was a really powerhouse player today. And you know, one of the things that I think is so important is the fact that hopefully these teams can learn a lot from this game and really prevail throughout their entire seasons, because this is a very important game to them. They both did great. Columbus in the end prevailed. However, it was a great game by both teams. One of the things that Belen struggles with is ball possession and being able to follow through. And once again, I'm not just talking about their shot. They need to be able to get the shots in. They need to be able to carry over that momentum into the defense. And they just weren't able to do that tonight.
Yeah, as at the end, their shots weren't going in the first half. And that was not good for them, which led them to have only about 11 points. And then their shots started going in about the late third quarter, which is when they started making sort of a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, they do definitely need to get more open, and on defense they just need to do better overall. And so that's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed our live broadcast. This is something new that we're going to be testing out, doing this in between quarter kind of thing, pre and post and during. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if you did, and just make sure to email us or let us know.